If you're doing cardio and have this little voice in the back of your head telling you to stop it because you're f***ing your gains, I would listen to it because I didn't. In fact, I consistently ignored it and got weaker because of it. Anyways, I'm not here to waste your time. I'm going to share with you the exact cardio method that I've been using for a while now that's kept my gains increasing while also making sure I can still reach the fridge without collapsing from terrible cardio. So the mistake that I made was doing fasted cardio. I'm a full-time sixth form student, so the only real time that I thought I could do cardio while still keeping it separate from my gym workout is the morning. But my weightlifting seriously suffered from this because I was putting a lot of strain on my body in the morning to perform well doing fasted cardio. And then later on in the day, I still had the big weightlifting gym session to do, so you can only imagine what that did to my motivation. It was just horrible to think about. This made me decide one evening I'm going to do a deep research into fasted cardio to figure out what is actually happening with my body. Because before I started doing this cardio in the morning, I actually really enjoyed weightlifting, and I found out that when you do fasting, it puts a lot of stress on your body because you've got no carbs for your energy, so your body's trying to kind of turn fat into energy, but it isn't really very efficient. So when you put two and two together, I was fasting on the morning, which was already putting quite a bit of stress on my body. And then I put cardio with that as well, fasted cardio. The two of them together were just doubling the stress on my body, and it was just making my overall recovery shit. I needed a cardio that would actually work with my body's recovery, not against it. That's when I discovered the absolutely beautiful lactate cardio. Lactate cardio is basically when you do an exercise for 45 to 60 seconds as high intensity as you can. So if that's running, for example, on a treadmill, set it at incline, set it to super high speeds and run for a minute. Then you're going to rest for 2 to 3 minutes. And then you just repeat the cycle for 4 sets, and you do this twice a week. And ideally, you could either do this on separate days to your weightlifting, which wouldn't work for me because I work out 6 days a week weightlifting. The second best thing to do is if you can do them at separate points in the day, not fasted, but like if you do them in the morning, a bit after your breakfast, and then in the evening weightlifting. That would work really well because they're not going to clash and you're also not going to put the stress on your body. But like I say, full-time sixth form student, I can't be affording to do that. So what I do is I do my weightlifting, and then after I do the lactate cardio. Now the reason this actually works really well is because when you're doing only 60 seconds of super high intensity, that's taking a lot of the stress off your body when you consider that you could be doing like a 20-minute run of just consistent stress, but you're giving your body these breaks by doing a 60-second cardio sprint and then going to a 2 to 3 minute rest. Your heart rate's going to be completely down for the next set, and then just the same cycle. And this raises your heart rate, and through my experience at least, when I do the lactate cardio for 60 seconds, my heart rate's still like through the roof, even a minute and a half into recovery. So your heart rate stays pretty elevated for quite a while, dips, then you're going to raise it back up again, and it just gives your body that chance. Your stress isn't going to go through the fucking roof, and it's going to stay here and just keep dipping, so it doesn't actually have an effect on your gains at all, really. Lactate cardio on its own is a step really far in the right direction. I love boxing on the bag for a minute, just super hard, then resting for 2 to 3 minutes. But I also supplemented that with walking. Just as much walking as you can throughout the day is great. I even replaced my morning fasted cardio sessions with 30 minutes of walking. And it's really good because I replaced something that was putting a lot of stress on my body and was really intense with something that's a lot more gentle and easier. And it doesn't impact your gains at all. I mean, unless you're doing like a fasted walk up Mount Everest, then it might harm your gains a little bit, but even then I still doubt it. Not only that, but it's helped me feel way more energized and happy on the morning, because rather than waking up and having this half an hour high intensity interval fasting session, I've now got this low intensity nice walk to do instead. And that just makes me wake up and feel way happier and way more motivated. So yeah, if you have a smartwatch, I would try and hit at least 10,000 steps per day. If not, just do as much walking as you can. And I guarantee you that your energy levels and overall motivation will go through the roof. And you can also have peace of mind knowing that your gains aren't suffering at all. Yeah, that's it for today. See ya.